When all else fails, when everything is going disastrously wrong, there's always a stunt involving an airplane. Meghan Markle's fakery with British Airways has just been exposed.
Many people who follow the royal family know Meghan Markle as a woman who often makes headlines around the world. From royal events to personal projects, nearly everything she does attracts public attention and sparks debate. But now, a surprising new controversy is raising fresh questions after claims emerged that British Airways may have exposed what some critics are calling an anniversary card lie. So what exactly is this anniversary card controversy? And why has it suddenly become such a major talking point among royal watchers? But what do you think about this latest royal story? Do you believe there is solid evidence behind these claims? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And for more updates on the royal family, make sure you subscribe. Meghan's anniversary card controversy. Meghan had proudly shared a handwritten anniversary card that she was reportedly given by the British Airways crew while flying home from Europe. Reports claimed that flight attendants personally congratulated her and Prince Harry on their 8 years of marriage. She said the crew on her flight from Europe to Los Angeles somehow knew it was their 8th wedding anniversary and wrote her a card praising her as a wonderful passenger. The story was later highlighted in a Positive People magazine exclusive, which described how emotional Meghan was said to be over the gesture. However, within hours, royal commentators and online critics began examining the details more closely. What they found changed the discussion completely. Internet users pointed out that British Airways already offers pre-arranged anniversary packages for passengers, including signed cards, champagne, and other personalized celebrations. Because of this, what first looked like a spontaneous act of admiration started to appear more planned than originally suggested. At the same time, critics also referred back to earlier claims, including past whistleblower reports, suggesting Meghan was one of the most difficult passengers to travel with on the airline. While this was already being discussed online, attention grew further as people questioned the anniversary story. Some viewers also noticed something else inside the anniversary content release. An older royal wedding photo that seemed to show Prince Harry in a tense moment involving Prince William and Princess Catherine's longtime nanny, Maria. This added even more attention and debate online. Instead of reinforcing the image of a perfect royal marriage celebration, the anniversary story led to more online criticism, renewed scrutiny, and fresh royal drama. Some online voices even questioned how much attention was being drawn to the card itself, noting how it was presented alongside detailed claims about the crew's kindness. Additional reports also claimed the flight crew included small gestures for the couple's children, such as treats, a card signed for Harry and Meghan, champagne, and British sweets for Harry and the children. However, a source said the experience was very special and deeply appreciated by Meghan, who reportedly wanted to thank them publicly and said she was very touched. But was Meghan's anniversary surprise pre-planned? Did she face any resistance? Let's find out. The backlash after claims. The controversy became widely discussed after Meghan shared a handwritten card on Instagram that was said to be signed by the entire British Airways crew during her flight home from Europe. The post was quickly reported by People magazine, which described the moment as a warm surprise that deeply moved the Duchess of Sussex. According to the report, crew members on flight BA269 reportedly approached Meghan in person to wish her and Prince Harry a happy 8th wedding anniversary. However, commentator Taz later claimed the story was not as spontaneous as it appeared, suggesting it may have been arranged in advance. She said it looked like Meghan had organized the anniversary card to be given to her during the flight, and then shared the story exclusively with People magazine. She also claimed to have evidence supporting this view. The card was said to include signatures from crew members, personal notes, sweets for the children, and even champagne for the couple. Meghan later thanked the airline staff on social media, describing the gesture as very thoughtful and emotional. At first, The story made many people believe Meghan was warmly welcomed and appreciated by airline staff during her travels. It created an impression of a spontaneous celebration of her marriage during her journey. But soon after, some royal commentators began to question whether the event was truly spontaneous. They argued that the interaction may have been planned rather than a surprise from the crew. Some also said Meghan is known among some British Airways staff as a difficult passenger, although this claim is disputed. Online users later found that British Airways already offers special services for passengers celebrating events such as anniversaries. These services can include signed cards, drinks, and small celebrations if requested in advance. This information changed how many people viewed the story. Critics said Meghan may have presented a prearranged airline service as if it was a spontaneous gesture from the crew. They argued that the situation was framed to make it look like airline staff personally went out of their way to celebrate her 8th wedding anniversary, even though such arrangements may be available to any passenger. The discussion grew stronger after the story spread beyond Instagram and was reported in other media outlets. Some critics suggested the timing of the story was used to draw attention away from other public criticism, including claims about earlier events in Geneva where expectations were not met. The conversation online showed how quickly a celebratory story can turn into debate when people begin to question how it was arranged and how it was presented across different media platforms. Many users continued to discuss the details, comparing the claims made in the original posts with information shared by airlines about their standard anniversary packages. Others pointed out that social media stories often spread quickly and can be interpreted in different ways depending on the audience and the commentary surrounding them. However, some observers also noted that once a story gains attention online, small details can become widely discussed, and the original context may become less clear as more opinions and reactions are added over time. How did Meghan feel regarding crew treatment? Was it a strategy? Let's take a closer look. Meghan Markle PR strategy. Meghan Markle was said to be touched by the kindness of a British Airways flight crew, who reportedly helped her celebrate her wedding anniversary with Prince Harry. The story was widely promoted through People magazine, a publication that royal critics often claim tends to present positive coverage of the Sussexes. The article repeatedly mentioned a source close to the Duchess of Sussex, which critics quickly questioned. However, the situation became more complicated when older claims about Meghan and British Airways resurfaced online. Royal commentators began revisiting past accusations from alleged airline whistleblowers who had claimed she was difficult with staff years earlier, before her relationship with Prince Harry became public. One commentator suggested she was using the story as a distraction tactic, comparing it to earlier situations where positive stories were shared online to shift attention away from negative headlines. At the same time, long-running rumors in royal commentary circles were brought back into discussion. These claims suggested Meghan had previously been accused, though never proven, of demanding upgrades and treating airline staff poorly on commercial flights. While none of these allegations have ever been confirmed, their return online changed how some people viewed the anniversary story. Instead of focusing on the reported kindness of the crew, social media users began debating whether the interaction had been genuine. The timing of the story also raised suspicion online. It appeared during a week when Meghan was already facing criticism on social media following several public appearances and promotional posts linked to her anniversary celebrations. Critics argued that she often emphasizes her marriage and personal happiness in public content, pointing to repeated posts showing affection with Prince Harry and highlights from their life together. Royal commentators accused her team of using emotional personal stories to distract from negative press and redirect attention toward her brand and lifestyle content. Around the same period, Meghan shared several anniversary-related posts, including wedding throwbacks, videos with Prince Harry, family moments, and promotional material connected to her business projects. Critics said the volume of posts looked like a coordinated effort to control the public narrative. Some online commentators even mocked the situation, suggesting exaggerated interpretations of the anniversary story, while others questioned the consistency of the public image being presented. As more content was released, the discussion became increasingly intense, with people analyzing each post more closely. What may have been intended as a simple anniversary celebration instead developed into a wider online debate about publicity, timing, and image management. And as the conversation grew, attention shifted from the original story to a much larger controversy unfolding around it. What could it be? Does it have anything to do with her personal life? Let's find out. Meghan's wedding photo controversy. While viewers were still debating whether the British Airways card story was genuine or staged, sharp-eyed royal fans noticed something else hidden inside Meghan's anniversary wedding photo collection, and it quickly triggered a new wave of online discussion. As part of her 8th wedding anniversary, Meghan shared a series of previously unseen wedding photos and behind-the-scenes moments from her 2018 royal wedding. The intention appeared to be simple: to celebrate her marriage to Prince Harry, highlight their journey together, and remind the public of the global excitement that surrounded their wedding day. The images were meant to feel warm, personal, and emotional, showing a softer side of a moment that once captured worldwide attention. However, one particular photo quickly changed the tone of the conversation. Instead of being seen as romantic or nostalgic, it became the center of intense debate online. The image appeared to show Prince Harry in what looked like a serious and slightly tense conversation with Maria Markle, the longtime nanny associated with Prince William and Princess Catherine, who is trusted with caring for Prince George and Princess Charlotte. The moment seemed to take place during the busy wedding preparations. In the same frame, Meghan could be seen standing off to the side, watching the interaction unfold. Nearby, the children, including Prince George and Princess Charlotte, appeared to be standing quietly as the scene played out. The positioning of everyone in the photo immediately caught attention, with many viewers focusing on facial expressions, posture, and body language rather than the overall memory of the event. Within minutes, screenshots of the image began spreading rapidly across social media platforms such as X, TikTok, YouTube, and various royal discussion forums. Users zoomed in on every detail they could find, trying to interpret what was happening in the moment. Some pointed to Prince Harry's serious expression, suggesting he looked uncomfortable or frustrated. Others focused on Maria Markle's posture, describing her as focused and tense. The children's expressions and placement in the background were also widely discussed, with some users saying they looked uneasy. For many online observers, the image did not match the expected tone of a joyful wedding memory. Instead of a light, happy, and romantic scene, it appeared more serious and complicated, which led to confusion about why it was included in an anniversary post that was supposed to celebrate love and happiness. This contrast between intention and perception became the main source of controversy. Critics argued that the photo felt out of place in a carefully curated anniversary collection. Some questioned whether it had been selected without full consideration of how it might be interpreted by the public. Others went further, suggesting it might have been included deliberately, though there was no clear evidence to support such claims. On the other hand, some defended the moment, saying it could simply have been an ordinary behind-the-scenes snapshot taken out of context, and that people were reading too much into it. As the debate grew, some commentators suggested that the image may have been an innocent oversight rather than a calculated decision. They argued that in large collections of personal photographs, it is easy for less flattering or more neutral moments to be included accidentally, especially when selecting from a large archive of wedding day images. Despite these explanations, the controversy continued to spread, fueled by ongoing discussions about the Sussex wedding and past rumors surrounding tensions during the preparations. Some online users even linked the image to earlier stories involving disagreements or stress within the wedding party, particularly around the roles of the younger members of the bridal group. However, what was meant to be a simple and sentimental anniversary tribute ended up becoming another focal point for online speculation. Instead of reinforcing a purely romantic narrative, the photo collection opened the door to renewed debate, with one single image drawing attention away from celebration and toward interpretation, controversy, and divided opinions across social media. Is there any disagreement between Meghan and Catherine? When did it start? Let's find out. Tension. Between Meghan and Catherine. For many years, royal reporters have repeated stories about tensions between Meghan Markle and Catherine, Princess of Wales. One of the most talked about claims involves disagreements over bridesmaid dresses before the royal wedding. Several authors who write about the royal family, especially those focusing on problems within the monarchy after Prince Harry and Meghan stepped back from royal duties, have described emotional arguments about how the children's outfits were fitted in the days leading up to the wedding ceremony. Because of this background, some people found a recently shared photograph very strange to post. In the image, Prince Harry appears to be in a serious or tense conversation with Catherine and Prince William's nanny, Maria. Some viewers also pointed out that the young children in the picture look uncomfortable or unsure around Harry, which they believe supports the idea that there was tension at the time. It is also noted that Prince George and Princess Charlotte were later removed from parts of the wedding procession after Harry and Meghan exchanged vows. Some observers link this to earlier reports suggesting that Princess Charlotte became upset during a dress fitting, which allegedly led to a disagreement between Meghan and Catherine. Although different versions of this story exist, it has long been seen as one of the first signs that relations between the two couples were becoming strained even before the wedding took place. Because of this history, the release of the new photo caused a strong reaction online, with many people reading meaning into it. There was also discussion about why Meghan would include such an image in a personal anniversary collection. Some commentators said she is now the only one invading her own privacy by sharing private family moments publicly, while others argued that no other close friends or relatives seem to be posting similar tributes for the occasion. Royal commentators suggested that Harry might have been talking about the seating, roles, or participation of George and Charlotte during the ceremony. Others believed the photo could have been taken around the time the children were reportedly adjusted or removed from parts of the wedding schedule after the vows. These different interpretations quickly spread online, with many people thinking the image showed more behind-the-scenes tension than was intended. Critics also argued that if the purpose of the anniversary post was to show love, happiness, and nostalgia, then choosing a photo that appeared awkward or tense involving the children did not make sense. This led to renewed criticism that Meghan's media approach may lack the careful control that used to exist when royal communications were handled within the palace system. Some commentators further noted that many celebrity friends who usually post public tributes to high-profile figures did not appear to do so in this case. They suggested this was unusual for such a public anniversary. Others use this to argue that Harry and Meghan are now exposing themselves to public scrutiny without realizing how closely every image is analyzed. Royal commentators believe that the Sussexes now release personal photos without the same level of professional filtering that once existed when they were working royals. As a result, every image they share is heavily examined and often interpreted in many different ways online. As the photo kept spreading across the internet, another small detail started to get people's attention. What could it be about this time? Is still about her wedding? Let's find out. Old wedding rumors resurface. People online focused a lot on the children in the picture. They kept pointing to Prince George and Princess Charlotte's facial expressions and body language, saying the scene looked clearly uncomfortable. Some users also brought up earlier claims that Catherine had become very protective of her children around the wedding period because of alleged behind-the-scenes tension with Meghan. Old rumors quickly resurfaced and sparked fresh debate about the Sussex wedding. Some people argued that Meghan did not intend to restart these discussions during what was supposed to be a positive anniversary celebration. However, things became more complicated when royal commentators began comparing the anniversary campaign with what they see as Meghan's usual style of public promotion over the past year. A number of them said the celebration looked less like a simple anniversary and more like a continuous branding effort designed to attract attention and engagement. At one point, the discussion also included clips and comments from the wedding period, where Meghan and Harry spoke warmly about their engagement and wedding memories. These resurfaced moments added more fuel to the online conversation and brought the old wedding stories back into focus. Another issue people noticed during the anniversary period was the lack of public messages from the celebrity friends who once surrounded the couple. During the 2018 royal wedding, many well-known figures attended, including Oprah Winfrey, George and Amal Clooney, Serena Williams, Elton John, and Priyanka Chopra. However, during the 8-year anniversary, there were almost no public congratulations or social media posts from these same high-profile names. This silence became a topic of discussion on its own, with some people seeing it as meaningful. Criticism also grew around how the anniversary content was presented online. Some commentators were upset about a promotional post from Meghan's As Ever account, which used wedding-related imagery while also advertising products like candles. They argued that this mixed personal celebration with business promotion in a way they found inappropriate. Others said this showed how the couple's public image has changed since leaving royal duties. Royal commentators added that this contrast highlighted a shift in status and influence. However, they noted that while Meghan seemed to actively highlight her wedding memories, many of the people who were once closely connected to the couple were now staying quiet and not publicly engaging with ongoing controversies. How about her lifestyle brand? Is she keeping up to expectations? Let's find out. Meghan brand dispute. As online criticism about Meghan's anniversary content kept growing, her effort to shift attention toward her lifestyle brand only sparked even more backlash. This time, the debate focused on candles, accusations of wedding-related marketing, and what royal commentators mockingly called the Montecito Olive Garden kitchen. Just a few days after posting emotional anniversary messages about Prince Harry and memories of their royal wedding, Meghan's As Ever brand released promotional content that was directly linked to their relationship. One particular post caused immediate anger because it seemed to mix images from their wedding with adverts for luxury lifestyle products. Critics quickly reacted online, saying Meghan was turning royal history into a way to sell products. Some accused her of using the emotional value of the royal wedding while also benefiting from it commercially. Others pointed out what they saw as a contradiction. She had previously criticized royal life, yet was now using the same royal imagery to promote her business. At the same time, the promotional posts included carefully arranged lifestyle items such as candles and branded products linked to her new business direction. This led to an immediate wave of criticism online. Many people said she was taking advantage of her royal past, while also distancing herself from the monarchy that first made her globally famous. Royal commentators argued that this was a step further than before, because the wedding itself had been a major public and state-supported event, watched by millions around the world. They claimed Meghan was no longer just indirectly benefiting from royal connections, but directly using royal wedding memories to market products. Social media users also mocked what they saw as a gap between her criticism of royal traditions and her continued use of them for attention and business success. As the debate continued, attention shifted to something unexpected in the promotional material: Meghan's kitchen. Many viewers began questioning whether the kitchen shown in the content was actually hers. Online discussions quickly grew after commentators compared the setting to the kitchen seen in her earlier Netflix lifestyle series. Observers pointed out that the kitchen in the new footage looked very different from earlier images of her Montecito home. It featured dark wooden cabinets, copper cookware hanging above, beige-colored interiors, and a carefully styled, rustic luxury look. However, instead of appearing impressive, many social media users mocked it heavily. However, people made jokes comparing it to an Olive Garden restaurant, a 2004 luxury timeshare, or even a fast food test kitchen. What is it about the Sussex home? Or is it about her Netflix series? Let's take a closer look. Meghan's Sussex home debate. Royal commentators went back to earlier claims about Meghan's Netflix series, repeating long-standing rumors that some scenes may not have been filmed at the Sussex home. Instead, critics suggested that rented houses or specially prepared production kitchens might have been used. They argued that the newer footage only made these claims stronger because the room shown looked very polished, carefully arranged, and very different from earlier images people associate with the couple's real home. This led to wider online discussions about what is happening with the Sussex brand and its public image. Some critics also focused on how stories about Meghan often appear in People magazine. They argued that when an exclusive appears there, it usually comes from someone close to her team. Because of this, they questioned whether statements credited to a source close to the Duchess of Sussex were actually controlled or influenced by Meghan herself. Commentators then began asking why Meghan and Harry, who bought a large estate in Montecito after leaving royal life, had not turned it into the modern, luxury-style celebrity home many people expected. Writers pointed out that very rich homeowners in Montecito often renovate or completely redesign their houses soon after moving in. However, rumors repeated by royal commentators suggested that the Sussex home has not changed much compared to other billionaire properties nearby. Critics use this to argue that the Sussex public image seems confused and caught between different directions: royal tradition, celebrity lifestyle, influencer culture, humanitarian work, entertainment production, wellness branding, and online business promotion, all happening at the same time without a clear identity. Online discussions also picked up on small details, including claims that people were signing cards without paying close attention, with some users joking that signatures appeared repeated or automatic. Whether serious or not, these comments added to the wider skepticism around the couple's public moments. At the same time, Meghan continued posting lifestyle videos, anniversary clips, and promotional content, including candles and other branded items linked to royal memories. To many observers, these frequent changes in tone made her strategy look inconsistent rather than planned. Instead of focusing on one clear message, critics said the content shifted quickly between personal storytelling, branding, and entertainment. A lot of attention then turned to a kitchen shown in some of the content. Instead of people focusing on recipes or products, social media users spent time analyzing the kitchen itself, its colors, layout, lighting, and whether it actually belonged to Meghan's home. Some even questioned if it was a set rather than a real kitchen. This kind of reaction became a joke online, but it also created a bigger issue. It pulled attention away from the intended message and instead fueled more suspicion about how the content is produced. Critics argued that this situation showed a wider problem. Instead of building genuine influence, the Sussex brand was seen by some as trying to recreate royal-style prestige through carefully managed visuals and media presentation. When Harry and Meghan first left royal duties, many people believed they would become strong, independent figures with global influence, especially in areas like activism and charity. However, some commentators now argue that instead of that path, the couple has moved through repeated cycles of public relations updates, new media projects, documentaries, and brand launches. So, what do you think of Meghan's humiliation after British Airways allegedly exposed the truth about her anniversary card claim? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe.